What's happening, everybody? Goody from Goody's Resale here. Today's video is a CGC unboxing. Sent out 10 books recently to my buddy Tony at Tony's Comics for a clean and press. He sent those 10 books down to CGC. 9 of them came in today. All the modern books that I sent out have come in today. There's 1 book left at CGC. It's a vintage category book, so we'll check that book out later on. Most of the books in today's video are for my buddy who is doing his collection of the timeless variants. These were all the partner books with him. And again, if you haven't watched the videos, we'll explain more about that as we go through them. And there's a little bit of controversy in today's video. I'll explain more as we go through it. And you guys can give me your opinions down in the comments. But let's take a look at what we got. All right, so now time to get to the books. The first few books, let's see, the first 5 books are going to be for my buddy's personal collection. Again, I've said it many times through the CGC, these are actually the final books for this collection. My buddy was collecting the Alex Ross Timeless Villains variant covers. He managed to get all 37 of them, all in 9.6 or better. Most of them are 9.8s. And he decided to make a graded comic book wall. This wall consists of those covers and what I'm calling companion covers, those books. So you'll see a lot of these books will be for that, to complete his comic book, his graded comic book wall. So without further ado, let's start it off here with Amazing Spider-Man 344. This is the first appearance of Cletus Cassidy, who becomes Carnage, and the first full appearance of Cardiac, who is right here, as well as a Rhino and Eddie Brock appearance. This is a newsstand copy. This is from 1991, and let's see what kind of grade we got. 7.5. Again, that's about what I expected. This book has some spine ticks on it. My buddy knew that. Again, this is a companion book for his timeless variant collection, and he liked the book, liked the significance of the book. Again, first appearance of Cletus Cassidy, who later on becomes Carnage. So pretty cool book to have as a key, as a graded book, and it's going to look good on his comic book wall. Next up, we have another Amazing Spider-Man book. It is Amazing Spider-Man number 337, Sinister Six appearance here, the funeral of Nathan Lubinsky and Nova cameo. Obviously, again, this is another, like I said, this is another companion book. Has the Sinister Six on it. Great cover, nice looking book. And this one's from 1990. So let's see what grade we got. 9.4. This is a very nice looking book and a 9.4. And this will be a great addition to my buddy's comic book wall. It's going to look great up there with the rest of them. You know, obviously a lot of Spider-Man villains in that timeless villain variant run. So this one is going to look good in front of whatever villain he chooses. Like I said, now continuing with the theme of the companion covers is this one right here, Uncanny X-Men 255 from 1989. This is the death of Stonewall and Destiny. This is the companion book for the Mystique cover. As you can see, Mystique here front and center on this great Uncanny X-Men cover. And let's see the grade we got. 9.0. So again, another decent 9. And a book that was, there are some spine ticks here, as you can see. Black covers, obviously, as most of you know, notorious for spine ticks. Very hard, very difficult to get a book from 1989 with a black cover, you know, because they were meant for reading. So that's pretty much what you get. So again, Uncanny X-Men 255, companion book for Mystique here, a 9.0. My buddy's going to be happy, and it's going to look great on that comic book wall. The next one, I'm starting to realize that most of the ones that he got graded this, besides that last Uncanny X-Men one, are all the Amazing Spider-Man run. And this one, again, no different. But also, he grabbed this one and got it graded for a different reason. So it is this right here. This is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 24 from 1990. As you can see, front and center, there is an Ant-Man appearance. My best friend, his favorite comic book character is Ant-Man. And he's also collecting graded Ant-Man books. So he had this Amazing Spider-Man Annual, gave it to me, said he wanted me to send it out to get graded. And obviously I obliged that. And here it is. So let's see what grade we got. 8.5. And another good grade here. This book's from 1990. So, it's a, 24-year-old book now at this point. And 8.5, not a bad grade. The cover itself presents very well. The colors are great and everything looks good. It's just, sometimes, like I said, it's just hard to get those 20+ year books that were meant to read in, that 9.8 condition. But my buddy Tony at Tony's Comics, able to bring this one to an 8.5. And I'm sure my buddy's going to be super happy about it. And it's going to look great on his wall. And finally, this is the last book for my buddy and his collection. This is the oldest book that we got graded. And it is another awesome, Amazing Spider-Man cover. It is Amazing Spider-Man 181 from 1978. The origin of Spider-Man retold in this book here. Great cover featuring Kingpin, Doc Ock, Dr. Doom, and the Lizard. Again, a great looking cover. Does obviously, as you can see here, does have a bunch of color breaking spine ticks. But we knew that going into this, being a book from 1978, being the oldest book that we sent in. Well, not the oldest book we sent in, but the oldest book we're getting back now. We kind of tempered our expectations on this book. So let's see what we got. A 6.5, and that's about right. I thought it would be somewhere in that range, somewhere 6.5, 7, maybe. It was probably worse before Tony got to it, to be honest. My buddy just loved the cover. He thought it had a great place on his wall for it. He loves Dr. Doom. He loves, these are like some of his more favorite characters from Amazing Spider-Man. Kingpin being one of his favorite characters and villains from Spider-Man. So again, another great cover. 6.5, not a bad grade. It's going to look great on that wall. And yeah, hopefully he loves it. All right. So as I alluded to in the video, there is a little bit of controversy here. As most of you guys know, I take the books and I send them to my buddy in Ohio, Tony. Tony from Tony's Comics does all the cleaning and pressing, and he sends them down to CGC for me. Between that point, me having the books, him having the books, there is a lot of pictures exchanged. I send him a picture before I send the books out. He sends me pictures when there's issues with the books that he thinks he can't correct, and other pictures to show in the finished product. And somewhere in between CGC encapsulating this book and grading this book, something seems to happen. So, little disclaimer here. I did look at these books beforehand for two reasons. I look at the books beforehand because I have books that are specifically for my buddy. And those books I like to tell him the grades before I tell everybody the grades. So I look at the books because of that. And, I look at them for like quality control just for this reason right here. So again, when a book goes out and you expect it to come back at a 9.6 or a 9.8 and it comes back as a lower grade, there tends to be some suspicion. So immediately when I see those books, and I'll get into the afterwards a little bit more after I reveal it, because that would make more sense. So here's the book. This is The Boys #1 from Dynamite Entertainment. This is the Davis Rider foil edition. This is the red foil cover. Other variants of this book. This book went out. It looked like it was in immaculate condition. So I was surprised when this book came back a 9.2. So in a 9.2, this book is basically worth probably the same amount it is raw. So this is like a $50 book. It's probably worth $50 as it is now. $45, $50, whatever. So I asked my buddy Tony, I said, hey, were there any notes on this book? Any notes in general? I'm like, specifically this book and the next book that I'll show you. And he sends me the pictures of the notes. And this one said, front right cover fold. And I was like, I didn't see it at first. It was in the bag. I was kind of looking at it through the bag. And then now that I know where it is blatantly obvious. Right here. There is a fold. I took a picture of this. I sent it to my buddy Tony, and he's like, that was not like that when I sent it down to CGC. And again, I trust Tony 100%. I don't think if it was like this when he sent it down there, he would have absolutely taken a picture of it and showed it to me. You know, so this leaves it either happening in transit, which again, I 100% trust Tony that he packed these appropriately and everything was good, or the guy at CGC handling the book, grading the book, did this right here. So you let me know. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. Maybe it happened in shipping. Maybe it happened at CGC. No one will ever know. The biggest thing is, you know, again, like I said, leave a comment down below. If you've had an experience where you know that your book went down and it was a 9.8 and it comes back with this and becomes a 9.2, let me know. Let me know if you've had an experience like that. You know, this would be the first time this has happened to me. And again, you know, this book is going to be for resale. So, you know, obviously that dramatically affects the value of this book, which could have been a potential, you know, $150, $100 book, is now, like I said, probably like a $40, $50 book. So expect to see this one in one of my mystery pack shows, probably in the near future. Again, it is a bummer. It's a bummer, and I want to hear you guys' opinion on it. And yeah, with that being said, I won't even hide this one, but so here's the other book in question. This is a 9.2. This is Catwoman, number 50. This is the Syndicate Virgin Edition. Awesome Harley Quinn Catwoman cover. The tattoo, Zerdy. Oh my God, I love it. Love everything about this. But the same thing. So he shows me the notes on this book, and it says back left crease. And it's going to be hard to see in this. And I'll put this one down. Back left crease. So it is right here. I know it's not easy to see. There it is. You can see it a little bit better there. But it's right here. And again, I'll have the pictures. I'm going to show the original picture down here somewhere so you guys can see the difference. But again, it is in the exact same spot, just on the back cover. So it's like a guy took these two books. Someone took these two books and it went like this. Grabbed it right here on both of these books and bent it, did something, fold, you know, thumb roll, whatever you want to call it. And that's what it looks like happened. So again, leave in the comments down below and let me know if you guys ever had any issues with CGC and the, you know, effects of your book. Because again, that was probably another 9.8 book, and that one's actually going into my personal collection. So I'm not, you know, am I upset that it's not a 9.8? Sure. But ultimately, it's for my personal collection, and I'll eventually get an upgrade at some point. I'm happy to have it. I love that cover. I've had that book before. You know, yeah, it sucks that it's not a 9.6 or a 9.8, which it probably should have been, but it's a 9.2. It's going into my collection. You know, I'm happy to have it. You know, the 9.2 for the boys is a little bit more disheartening, you know, just because, like I said, a 9.6 or a 9.8, we're talking like $150 book. So a 9.2, you know, we're talking, hey, you're going into my mystery pack show and it'll make somebody happy, hopefully. But I digress. All right, so end of rant. And now moving on to the other books. We got two more books left. Both of them are for the personal collection. Starting with this one right here. This is Harley Quinn, number 31. The Syndicate Foil Edition A from 2023. Another awesome Nathan Zerdy cover. Kind of tough to see because of the glare, but Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn. Another book that I had in my collection at one point and sold off. Brought it back. I was able to grab one on eBay. Very happy to have it. Let's see what we got. A 9.8. So as expected. So these books are, especially the foil books, very hard to get in that 9.8. Sometimes, as you can see, a little thumb roll could turn it into a 9.2. A scratch, a smudge, a smear, something like that can make this book no longer a 9.8 candidate. But my good friend Tony, working his magic as usual, coming up clutch with a 9.8 on this awesome Harley Quinn foil. Super happy to have it. Next up, another book for the personal collection. This is a book that I grabbed from a recent comic book show, a local one. It is this Harley Quinn annual #1 from 2022. This is a variant cover, Nathan Zerdy cover. Awesome Harley Quinn cover with that Rogues Gallery in the background. Lots of great artwork here. I love Nathan Zerdy. Everybody knows I love Nathan Zerdy. Awesome Zerdy cover. I grabbed it. I think I bought it for like $5. I saw it and immediately had to have it at the comic book show. It was the same show that I got the Tom McFarlane Batman cover. So this one actually came from the same booth. Happy to have it. And let's see what we got. 9.8. Super excited. This is another one going into the personal collection in that CGC DC Ladies collection. Again, 9.8. Tony from Tony's Comics, absolutely killing it. I have another group of books there now. I think there's like 6 of them there at CGC now, scheduled for grading, along with the one other book that was with this one in the vintage category. So again, 9.8. Happy to have it. It's going into the PC. Let's go. And there you have it. That's today's video. Another great CGC unboxing. Lots of the books going to my buddy for his personal collection. Few books coming to my collection, and a book to go into the resale, including these 2 books here to go to the personal collection. Harley Quinn Annual #1 Zerdy cover, and this awesome Harley Quinn foil edition. Both at 9.8s, both going into the personal collection. Absolutely ecstatic about these 2. As always, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know which item was your favorite. And also, if you want to chime in about the little controversy in today's video, please do so. I would love to hear people's opinions and experiences. So make sure you comment down below those things. And I'll see you on the next one.